Hey, do you sometimes feel like the things that you desire are just really weird and out there? Hey, I'm Rosemary, Nonny, RNK for short, the Prosperity Minister, and I equip people to prosper in all areas of life, their relationships, health, wealth, and the work that they do. I have this deep belief that prosperity is everyone's divine right, as defined by them, of course. And it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what your background is. You have the ability to create the life you desire, whatever that looks like for you. Sometimes the only question is, are you willing? Hey, Rampasad, lovely to have you here. Now, this morning I was reading out of the Bible. It was a few different verses here, just something along the lines of, there are certain things that are revealed by the divine, by his spirit into our spirits, okay? And no one can know some of these thoughts except those who have opened themselves up to listening to those thoughts, okay? So sometimes when you say certain things, in fact, it went on to say, when we tell you some of these things, we don't use words that just come from human wisdom. And people who aren't spiritual, they can't receive these truths. It all sounds foolish to them. They can't understand it. For only those who are spirit driven can understand what the spirit is saying. Okay, and I got to thinking, and in fact, I've written a bit of a blog around it as well. I got to thinking about the fact that, you know what, some of the dreams, the desires, the pictures, the visions you get inside of you, they seem way out there. They seem crazy. They seem like, who am I to dare to think that I can live this way, I can parent this way, I can love this way, I can make money this way, or make that much money, or anything like that. Any area of your life where you have a vision that seems different from what other people around you have. And the tendency for most people is to then lay down their vision, is to think that, well, it's too much, it's unreasonable, it's impossible. And so instead of recognizing that actually you are receiving wisdom that has the potential to propel the world as we know it forward. Because the only way, evolution happens, the only way things expand and grow is by new ideas being brought into the regular world and being shared. People who dare to go beyond the norms of society and actually listen and see those visions within themselves and think, you know what, there is a way for me to bring that to life. And I'm going to be the one that does it. It takes a specific kind of person. In fact, it just takes a courageous kind of person to see those spirit-given visions within themselves. And even though everyone they know, everything around them seems to suggest that they're kind of slightly crazy, to hold on to that vision anyway, and to keep putting it out there, even though there are times when this person might feel, deluded and crazy. But you carry a higher mind. You carry a higher wisdom. You have access to a higher wisdom. So no, it's not always going to seem normal. It's not always going to seem, I don't know, what's the word? I don't even know what the word to use here is, but it's not always going to seem like everybody else's version of what a regular life should look like. Sometimes you're going to literally have to stand in faith. You're going to have to trust that the vision you see within you, it is possible for it to be brought to life. You're going to have to actually truly believe that and then stay standing until it is physically manifest. Why? Because you are spirit-driven, okay? You are spirit-driven. You carry a different kind of mind. You have opened yourself up to a deeper kind of wisdom. And so therefore, it may not look the same. You might be called to parent your children differently. You might be called to do differently in your relationships. You might be called to, to have more money than everybody else or to have less money than everybody else. You might be called to work a job or to work a business that nobody else has ever done before. And yet it will feel odd and crazy and weird. And can I do it? And oh my gosh. But you know what? The only question is this. Are you willing? That has become my question of the moment. Are you willing? That's the only thing. Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing to be the one that does the crazy stuff? There's so many things that we take for granted right now. But you know what? One day, once upon a time, it was weird. Somebody came up with this grand idea of a bookshelf, for goodness sake. And everybody around there was like, why on earth would anybody need a bookshelf? Seriously. I think you should settle down and become a carpenter or something. And then this person decided, you know what? Although, yes, the carpenter might be making bookshelves. I don't know. Probably a bad example, but you get what I mean, right? You carry a higher wisdom. Stop trying to lower it. It's just so that you conform and feel the same as everybody else. Stop trying to diminish your vision because the real vision feels too big for you. You are capable of your calling, and your vision is your permission to move forward. This is the deliberate life. This is the deliberate life path, where we deliberately design a life that actually makes us feel completely fulfilled rather than some half and half, oh, well, you know, I better just put up with something because what I really want seems incredibly impossible. It's not. It's impossible if you decide that it will be. But otherwise, it's very possible. You would never be given a vision that is just there to taunt you and make you feel dissatisfied forever. No, that's not the point of vision. The point of a vision is for you to actually bring it to life, because you are capable of bringing it to life if you are willing. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, but I would like to invite you, one, to share this with somebody else, because other people need to hear it. There are some really big anomalies out there. When I say anomalies, I mean people who are called to something different, and they're just scared because it seems too different. Share this, because who knows who might hear it and need to hear it in that moment. And the other thing is I have an ebook that I'm giving away for free at the moment. It's called Spirit Speaks. It contains 15 divine messages to help you find and fulfill your life's purpose. If one of the things you're interested in is figuring out how to have a richer spiritual life, as well as experience prosperity in all areas of your life, then you definitely want to get the book, okay? As well as other things. So if you pop over to Rosemary, Nonny, night.com / what is it now? Spirit Speaks. You can get your copy. Okay, and you can share that link with other people as well. Until the next time, my loves, have a great rest of your day wherever you are on the planet. Much, much, much amazing love.